Good morning. We're obviously a very welcoming community. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our capital campaign project. We formed our capital campaign committee about a year and a half ago after soliciting bids for repaving the parking lot. It became clear that this was going to be an above and beyond expense that wouldn't be able to be paid for by using our annual budget funds. We have met at least monthly since to discuss our needs and how to achieve solutions to those needs. We asked for guidance from our synod and from other churches that have recently ran capital campaigns. We also read the book, Capital Campaign Playbook, a church consultant's game plan. We solicited bids for our projects in need to come up with our cost estimates. These projects include repaving the parking lot, which is 25 years old and was also replaced last 25 years earlier. Our insurance company has also made mention of it being a potential liability and asked us about our plan to repair it. Second, replacing the digital message board on the road sign that no longer works. It would be nice to be able to communicate with the daily traffic passing by about our upcoming events, service times, and try to attract new members. Third, replacing the education wing roof, which is also about 25 years old and has about 5 years of life remaining. And finally, a missional tithe, which is to help do God's work outside of our church, similar to our first fruit funds. We put together a grouping of literature, videos, contacts, and links for our members to use when considering their pledges. Initially, we sent them by email on January 1st. You also should have been handed out a hard copy at the door this morning, or you can see them and more helpful items on our website under the Capital Campaign link at hopfranklin.org. These include documents about the proposed projects, the cost estimates, our campaign overview, a list of frequently asked questions and their answers, a couple of mathematical charts showing how we can arrive at our goals, pledge cards, envelopes, and online links to other ways to give other than using a conventional check or cash. There are also a few links to videos about the project on our website. This is a 2-year-long capital campaign term. Our goal is to raise $200,000, of which we have already received pledges for $44,000. We are asking that you try to make your pledge by our commitment day of February 23rd. There is a pledge box out in the narthex where you can submit your pledge, or you can submit it by email to hoppledge@gmail.com. We ask that any donations for the capital campaign be marked as for the capital campaign so they are not confused with general offerings. We also have special blue envelopes in front of you in your pews. I would like to thank our other capital campaign committee members who have helped get us to this point. Pastor Carl John Adler, Christine Barwick, Brenda Malik, and our committee head, Cindy Graziano, plus all of you who have consulted along the way. We will be out in the narthex to answer any questions you may have, and you can contact us at any point. But there is only cake to eat in the narthex today, and if you like eating cake and questioning people, this is your chance. We ask that when you consider your pledges, that you use these 4 steps to help you in the process. 1, pick an arbitrary amount. 2, pray about that amount and say, God, I am thinking about giving this amount over the next 2 years of the church, to the church for the capital campaign. Am I on the right track? 3, listen for God through prayer, scripture, conversation, and anything else in our world that will give you spiritual guidance. Lastly, leave room for faith and know that you are contributing to the cause of Christ. Finally, to wrap up, I'd like to let you know why this church and campaign are special to me. I grew up at this church. I was baptized here. I went to Sunday school here, had my first communion here, and was confirmed here. I also have participated in many events and outreach activities connected with our church. My favorite being able to sing in the choir with my mom for the last 10 years after my dad passed away in order to spend more quality time with her. We had my father's funeral here, and I hope to have mine here someday too. Weirdly enough, the church is built on land that my grandparents and great-grandparents farmed after settling here from Germany, which makes it a little more special to me, especially as I get older. I have seen my darkest hours while being a member of this church as well as my most triumphant, and I have most certainly deepened my faith during those times as a member of this church. I feel that I needed that faith to get through the many trials of my life, and it helped me to keep things in perspective. I wish all or any of those blessings to our future generations, the people of our current congregation, to their children, their children's children, and hopefully to many new members we don't even know yet, or who will follow us long after we are gone. Maybe you can relate to some of these reasons why this church is special to me. Maybe you have your very own, completely different reasons that this church is special to you. Maybe you were married here, raised your children here, were in the quilting group, were part of the Bible study group, went on one or many of the youth group mission trips, helped with one of our community service projects, made a lifelong friendship, or had the support of other members while going through a hard time or during the loss of a loved one. None of these memories or reasons the church is special to each of us would have been possible without the contributions of those before us. So, as I ask you to prayerfully consider your capital campaign pledge, I ask you to remember why this church is special to you. These are the reasons for us to reinvest back into it, to keep our church a safe, welcoming, functioning environment for our members, friends, visitors, and community to use, to allow us to continue to provide the opportunities we were blessed with, those that have allowed for us to experience all the reasons why this church is so special to each of us, and to be able to pass them on to the future generations, so that we can continue to glorify God, call people into Christ, grow in faith and obedience, knowing God will help and guide us. Thank you.